The journey to a new life. Life begins anew with a new revelation. It is like a new lease on life. It is a new promise. It is a new revelation from God, given now with the great love of the Creator. It is like having a new beginning for each person who can respond, and for the world, which has now been touched once again by the hands and the love of the Creator. It is like being given a gift of a new life for those who can receive, and for those who will benefit from those who can receive. For the gift resonates from mind to mind and is demonstrated by those who are beginning to respond. It is a great hope in a darkening world. It is a great promise for humanity that is losing its hope and its self-confidence. With this, you are no longer lost in the world. It is like being a fish caught in the ocean. You are being reeled in by the great attraction of the divine and by the power of knowledge within you. So, you begin the journey of many steps. You begin to learn how to direct your mind rather than being directed by it. You learn how to make real decisions with the certainty of knowledge. You learn how to free yourself from certain situations and obligations that do not represent your destiny or your greater purpose here. Here, your greatest relationships will come into being. Here, your greatest strengths will be renewed. Here, you will learn how to view the world with compassion and objectivity rather than with fear, longing, and condemnation. Here, you will look on your past, no matter how troubled it may have been, to gain from it whatever wisdom it can provide. For it is teaching you what it means to live a life without knowledge, a life without purpose, a life without true direction. Here, God is not calling you out of the world, but to be in the world in an entirely new way. Not as a weak, pathetic person, not as a mindless follower of your culture and your religion, not as someone who is called out to work and to go to war, but as someone who has sent into the world for a greater purpose. The need is so very great and is growing every day. Human suffering and misery and deprivation are growing every day, and the risk of war between groups and nations over the remaining resources is growing every day. So the calling for redemption is powerful and must be sounded anew throughout the world through a new revelation from God. You must be a light in a world that is growing darker. You must have the strength and confidence to do this. You must have the strength to experience great joy and happiness in a world where joy and happiness seem to be disappearing, for that is part of your gift to others. To do this, you must have the power of heaven within you to guide you. You must have the deepest strength of knowledge within you to lead you forward, to carry you through periods of great uncertainty and confusion, and to deal with the confusion, doubt, and criticism of others. This is a journey. This is the power of heaven. This is a promise for all of humanity.